start off with Cal Friedman from WVU. Cal.
Hey, Chance, two questions for you. First off, Sam Howell's been very good this year, especially with his legs. What goes into not only having to rush a guy like that, but also knowing that you have to contain him from getting around the edges to scramble and run?
Basically, we know this is a really lucid guy. We can't really let him outside the pocket. Their O-line has struggled through these first couple of games, and we've noticed that. So basically, our intention is to get to him as fast as possible. And knowing that he can move a little bit, we're just moving with a little bit of hesitation, but not hesitation, a little bit of caution to, make sure we know edge grooves, edge rushes, and just to get to him. That's basically our game plan.
Head over to Manny Navarro from The Athletic now. Manny.
Hey, Chance, you've had some plays this year that, big plays that you've had with sacks, strip fumbles, balls that you were tipping that led to interceptions. But your playing time has kind of, been up and down where you've played more some games than others. Just curious, what are coaches telling you they want you to get better at so that maybe you can sort of solidify more playing time, et cetera?
Well, I know for me, I am still a young guy. I got, DeAndre, Zach McLeod, even Jafari in front of me. And my whole ordeal is learning the play calls and getting those right. But not only that, executing it to my best abilities. As you can see, you called out everything, but those are just flashes. When I start becoming consistent with my work and making sure everything's good, I think that's when my role will get bigger and my playing time will extend.
Go now to Susan Miller-Degnan from the Miami Herald. Susan.
Hey, Chance. Manny Diaz was talking about like last week being a week of, either you're in or you're out, trying to get the team all together and your attitudes and didn't want dissension and stuff, young guys versus old guys, all that stuff. How effective has this past week been in remedying that if there is a problem? And I also wanted to ask you about last year's North Carolina game. I think you played in that one, right? And yeah. Some bad memories there.
So it's funny that you mentioned the North Carolina game because essentially that's where our mindset was thinking that North Carolina did come here and beat us that bad. And so that whole last week when Diaz was telling us we need to come together, everybody's mind was already on, okay, we need to do what we need to do to beat these guys because last year just was unacceptable. Everybody who's played, everybody who's been watched knows that, and we're not allowing that this year.
Okay, and the other stuff about young guys versus older guys and playing time and all that, everybody being on one page. How tough has that been?
It hasn't necessarily been so tough, I know younger guys, we know our roles, we know what we can and can't do. I know a lot of people are saying, they see the flashes in us, they see what we can do, what we can't do, but we're just trying to, take it day by day to get better because at the end of the day, we're only as strong as our weakest link. So we try to make sure everybody is as good and ready to go as possible.
All right, last question for Chance. We'll go back to Manny Navarro from The Athletic. Manny.
Hey, Chance, you what you said to me in response to, why you're not getting playing time, it seems like you young guys know that, there's sort of an acceptance of, hey, we got to get better before we can get that playing time. Leonard Taylor said the same thing yesterday. Is that, maybe unify you guys a little bit whereas in other cases, guys may get angry. Hey, I'm not playing, I should be. Is there just sort of like a common understanding amongst you guys that this is a process before you can really get on the field and be the kind of players you want to be?
Well, I think a lot of the, especially the freshmen who came in and had a couple of success have already came in thinking that we all know we just come in, put our head down and go to work. Whatever happens, happens. So we know when we get in there, we try to make the most of our opportunities. We know that us not playing a lot or playing a little isn't really, huge on our head. We just want to make sure we can do whatever we can to help the team out. And that's been everybody's mindset and focus from the old guys down. So, everybody has just been doing their job to the best of their abilities.